Real Clear Politics, Tom Bevan. It's really not much of an exaggeration to say that parts of Chicago resemble a war zone. The numbers are grim. Unofficially, there were 513 homicides in Chicago in 2012, nearly 100 more than New York City, which recorded 414 killings, but which has a population 3 times larger. Chicago's body count is 200 more than the number of U.S. troops killed in Afghanistan last year. The carnage has continued unabated in the new year, and the sad reality is that while terrible mass shootings like the ones at Aurora and Newtown shock the nation's conscience, pull at the public's heartstrings, and garner wall-to-wall media coverage, they represent a tiny fraction in the number of gun homicides in the country every year. Consider this, President Obama. During the first 16 days of January, 26 people have been killed by guns in Chicago, the exact same number as at Sandy Hook Elementary School. By the time this year is out, the south and west sides of the city we both call home will have endured, in terms of sheer numbers of people killed, the equivalent of 20 Sandy Hook massacres. That's on top of the equivalent of the 19 Sandy Hooks the city experienced in 2012. Yet where's the national outcry? Where's the national media? Most of these crimes were not committed with semi-automatic assault weapons. They weren't committed by the mentally ill, and they won't be stopped by universal background checks. The great Tom Bevan at the great Real Clear Politics website. Now, many of you know much of this, particularly those of you who live in and around Chicago, the great WLS affiliate there. So why doesn't Obama pay attention to this? Why doesn't Biden pay attention to this? Why doesn't the National Democrat Party pay attention to this? You want to know the real reason? You want to know the absolute truth? Are you ready for it? And I believe this to be the truth from the bottom of my heart. The Democrat Party believes, and in fact, if you look at election results, that it has all these big cities wrapped up. What took place the other day was exploitive in the most disgusting way I can remember of a mass murder in the state of Connecticut. And Obama and Biden, believing they have the metropolitan areas all sewn up electorally, and minorities, frankly, all sewn up electorally, and the election results bear that out. They are playing to the suburbs and the outer suburbs. I'm not the one being cynical, ladies and gentlemen. They're the ones being cynical. And whether I'm cynical or not, which I'm not, he's the president, the other one's the vice president, and the idea that any of these policies that they seek to impose on this nation will affect murder, criminal homicide, is a lie. Meanwhile, the slaughter in Chicago and other major cities goes on, and nothing these fools have proposed addresses it. For the very reason I said the other day, the vast majority of these murders are gang-related, and that's really a hard issue to address. And Obama hasn't addressed it, and he's never going to address it. Biden's been in Washington. He was in the Senate forever. He's vice president. He had this little phony committee he put together of other cabinet secretaries and so forth. He called in this group and that group. The slaughter that's going on in Chicago and some of these other cities, these are gang-related slaughters, and they involve handguns. Handguns. And it has nothing to do with the Second Amendment, has nothing to do with background checks, it has nothing to do with 30-bullet magazines, it has nothing to do with AR-15s, it has everything to do with gang violence, drug wars, illegal immigration, and all these other things that the Democrat Party will not touch. And so for week after week after week, we are distracted. We're chasing lies. We're chasing phony policies. Phony arguments. The media, in our homes, through television and radio and the internet and other places, spewing the lies that the government's feeding to us. Nothing's going to change in the city of Chicago. Not a damn thing. Because of your hack former ballerina mayor and your hack president of the United States. I'll be right back.